When I was in my early 20s, I got a corporate job that was paying me $50,000 a year. And even though this was more money than I had ever made in my entire life, like it felt like a shit ton of money to me. I grew up riding the poverty line. I blew through that entire salary. I was living paycheck to paycheck. I was in $40,000 of debt, thinking I would never get ahead with money. But I was able to turn it all around and become a millionaire at 30. And in this series, I'm sharing with you some of the tips that helped me turn it all around. In part 1, I explained the habit loop and how to hack your brain for success to give your body what it's actually craving. In part 2, I shared why budgeting is never going to be the solution and why it actually just keeps you broke. And today in part 3, I want to share with you some tips that I learned to help myself get out of my own damn way. Because even when I knew what I was supposed to do, I still self-sabotaged. I still didn't do the thing. And again, this is probably going to be a long video, so if you don't have time to watch it right now, make sure you save it, come back later, because I promise you, this is going to change your life. So when I was struggling with money and I was starting my financial independence journey, I knew what I was supposed to do, right? Like I was supposed to save more. I was supposed to pay off my debt. I was supposed to start investing. I'd say I was going to be better and that I was going to do better. And I would do better for like a day or two, and then I would fall off track and get right back into the vicious cycle. Now, one strategy that I used to help me get off of my bullshit was predicting when and where I would screw up, and then avoiding that situation while I worked on rewriting the internal rules that I had for myself that led me to that situation to begin with. So if I was going home from work, and I would always take this route where I would go past my favorite store and I would see all the cute stuff they had in the window, and it would prompt me to stop and go inside and spend money that I didn't want to spend. I recognized the pattern and I interrupted the pattern loop, and I started taking a different route home. I stopped putting temptation right in front of my face. Another example of this would be like if every time you went to your friend Sally's house, she wanted to go out for dinner, and then you ended up overspending because you guys went to the bar or something afterwards. You could either maybe eat before you go to the restaurant, so you end up spending less, you get a smaller meal, or you can invite her over to your place for wine and do like a potluck or something. If every time you open your phone, you have an email from a company asking you to buy something using the scarcity effect, being like, if you don't buy now, the sale is gone forever, then throw your phone away. Kidding. Unsubscribe from the emails that tempt you. If you follow people, if you follow influencers that are always trying to get you to buy the newest skincare item, the newest hair care, the newest outfit, and you don't feel like that's conducive to your goals, it's not serving you or growing you, unfollow them. Curate your social media feed to be like a vision board of what you want your life to be. You're going to do things like taking your credit card information out of your phone, off of your computer, delete Apple Pay. This way, when you're scrolling TikTok in the middle of the night, you're not tempted to just buy something on TikTok Shop, because you actually have to get up off your butt and go and get your credit card. I know that can be more than enough to just stop me from buying something. Start predicting when and where you're going to fuck up, and start calling yourself out on your own bullshit. Then avoid those situations or change them until you learn how to rewrite the internal rules that are putting you in that situation to begin with. This way, you're not driving yourself down the path that you're unhappy with. Remember, the only person coming to save you is the version of yourself that you've been avoiding. The success that you want to see is in the work that you've been avoiding. And now remember, if you weren't taught about money, it's not your fault. But if you want a different life, now as an adult, you need to take the responsibility to learn. Otherwise, I'm going to call you out with love here. You need to come to terms with the fact that you are choosing your own situation. And look, I get it. I used to be so angry at the government and my parents and the schools. But guess what? Stewing in your anger and succumbing to your circumstances is quite literally drinking poison and expecting the other person to die. Being angry and sitting on your hands does nothing to help you. The only person you're hurting doing that is you. Turn that anger into the discipline and drive that you need to build the life that you always wanted. And look, it might not always feel easy, but I can guarantee you, if you're only ever doing the easy thing right now, you're going to be securing yourself a lifetime of hard. Keep learning the tips, tools, and strategies I used to go from $40,000 in debt to millionaire at 30 on our website.